people. Obviously, it's totally different, but I don't know. I mean, I know you guys wouldn't want to just call that luck, obviously, but it's hard to kind of rationalize. Like, God, I don't know. I don't know. It's very weird. It's a very, like when I was 12 years old and I played Little League, I could hit the ball a mile, everyone, I wonder how much of these biblical stories are, like, somewhat, like, overemphasized. Like Ezekiel, it's way off topic, but the book of Ezekiel.
Yeah, it's like metaphysics in it.
Bro, Ezekiel, I can look it up. That dude was either on psychedelics or he was fucking seeing aliens, basically. Not
in a poetic fashion that doesn't ring as close to reality as other literature does to you.
Wait, say that again?
I'm saying it's a book. It's literature. It's written from a style. It's written in a different style from the 5 books of Moses. It's different style from Tehillim, from Mishlei.
You're giving me like much credit. I only know like a couple of verses of Ezekiel where he's talking about the wheels with the wheels and like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm saying that's prophetic writing. He's trying to provoke political action or moral improvement within society through his words. It's like a weird art form they had back in the day.
That nigga was tripping.
Let me put it this way. It's tricky to understand exactly how the Israelites would have interpreted Ezekiel in the time of its publishing, because it's hard to see what those Israelis were like. It's easier to get a sense of the slaves leaving Egypt, to understand what they're looking for, what their motivations are. The Jews in the state of Israel were divided over political issues. And it's just Ezekiel trying to speak to their specific theological sensibilities of a particular era that he's alive in. It's not going to ring sensible to most of us, which is why when the Jews interpret Ezekiel and Isaiah and Amos and many of the other prophets, when it's a prophetic writing, they're pretty close to look at what the rabbis say, because we have an oral tradition explaining exactly what the fucking wheels and bronze angels are. There's a scholarship to identify what the original meaning was. The real point of the commentaries isn't to like give their spin or answer questions. It's to try to preserve the understanding as it was explained to them by their teachers and so on.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know either religion well enough to be able to. It's a very odd play if he was intentionally trying to be artistic and using.
Oh, he was.
Why are you discounting the fact that he could have
prophecy is
like on a psychedelic trip?
Listen, prophecy, when it produces a writing, is a production. It's a writing. It's a work. It's an art at the end. And that's a communication with people. If you don't know how those people speak, you don't know what he's trying to communicate. There's books that I could pick up that are unintelligible to anyone because they're not communicating. In the case, like Chaucer, if you want to understand Chaucer, you can't focus on your understanding of English. You can't focus on dictionaries. You have to focus on the rough understanding of English in Chaucer's time, because that's what he's writing for. You need to know their conventions, even when Chaucer is breaking them, right? Like in the Torah, right? You have to know the Jewish grammar to understand the weird contradictory game they're playing with the word Elohim. They jump back and forth. They treat it like a single, and it's obviously a plural, and that's conveying some points that the rabbis have